What's up, Hood News peeps? What's up with it? Guess who I've got in the house with me? I got Cory Roth. What's up, friend?
What's
good to
up?
see you,
Good
man.
to see you too.
Hey, good to see you. We're gonna wait for some of you guys to hop on. This is one of our proud sponsors. We're so proud to have him with us. This is Cory Roth, criminal defense attorney. We got a lot of bandits. We got a lot of stuff, a lot of tea that we put out there, and he's gonna give us a little bit of the scoop of some of the stuff that he's done as a criminal defense attorney. I told him, I said, you know what, the Hood News peeps, they like the tea, they like information, they like, and you know, unfortunately, sometimes we have family members or we find ourselves in a situation. I'm not gonna lie. About two weeks ago, I said, man, I'm gonna be calling Cory, man, because I almost got into it with a protester. What's up? Hey, y'all. We're gonna wait for some of y'all. We're gonna wait. This is gonna be my attorney if I ever need him. Straight up. Like, I already told everybody, I said, he's my attorney. All right. What's up, Hood News peeps? All right. Happy Tuesday. We got Cory. Hey, Cory, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you? How are y'all?
I'm good. So I heard that they're familiar with the Hood News in jail.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So a couple of weeks ago, I walked into the holdover. So the holdover is the jail cell that's connected to the courtroom. And somebody was like, hey, you're the Hood News lawyer, right? I was like, how do y'all know that?
Oh
They
my
say,
God.
Oh, we watch it Saturday morning, CW.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
dude. Like, shout out to our Harris County, inmates out there, man. It's true. Like, we put bandits out there, and like, we do like our share of, trying to identify people. Yeah. However, sometimes people are innocent and they're going to need representation, or there's a misunderstanding or any of that.
There's a lot of different things, right? And the other people, everybody at the courthouse loves you.
Oh,
I mean, I've talked to probation officers, the bailiffs, the judges.
Wow.
I mean, you're very popular.
Thank you, friend.
You're welcome. So yeah, I mean, sometimes people are falsely accused. Sometimes they're rightfully accused. Sometimes there's mitigating things. There's, reasons why someone was going through a bad period in their life. Sometimes there's defenses, right? You did it, but you did it in self-defense.
Right.
So there's lots of different reasons. And like from training day, right? Mm-hmm. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove.
Yeah.
And that's the system that we have in the United States. And it's one thing that makes us better than everywhere else in the world.
Oh, man, great old USA. And I always say that. I'm like, man, we're so lucky that we have a process, due process here, like where they have to prove all these things, because otherwise innocent people could face a lifetime. And we were just talking about that a while ago. Me and Cory were talking about some of the cases that he's helped clear an innocent person, friends. Like, seriously, this man has helped clear a person's name. Can you tell us a little bit about that one case?
Yeah, many times. But one that really sticks out in my mind was an after-school fight out in Katy.
Whoa.
This fight got not just on the local news, but it was on national news. It was covered nationally. And it was an after-school fight between 2 or 3 different groups that just turned into a massive brawl. And sadly, there were weapons involved.
Were these kids, or were these like teenagers old enough to be adults?
So some of them were juveniles. Some of them were old enough to be adults.
Okay.
Some of them were from the school right across the street from the public park. Some of them had come from a different school several miles away.
Wow.
And those were the kids who really escalated the situation, unfortunately.
Dang. So you represented somebody that was accused of potentially having murdered someone, right?
Yes. I represented a young man, a really good young man, whose life was turned upside down because he was accused of stabbing someone who died. And in fact, he was accused of stabbing 3 people.
Whoa. So what was the outcome with something like this? Like, he took you on as his attorney, and you represented him, and there were probably resets and all kinds of like.
Actually, so I was hired before he was arrested.
Okay.
And when he was arrested, I mean, it was SWAT team, the whole shebang. And one of the big benefits of hiring an attorney before you're arrested is that we can help make arrangements. We can investigate the case before there's an arrest. We can secure evidence. And those are some of the things that I did in this case.
Yeah.
So he was charged with 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Okay.
He was facing 5 to life on each of those charges.
Oh my goodness. So like, what, they had to go before a grand jury, right? Like a grand jury?
Yes, ma'am, exactly. So he was arrested, posted bond, rearrested, just because the judge felt like the bond was insufficient. That's a problem we see at the courthouse all the time now. And within 90 days, I was able to put together a very effective grand jury packet and a PowerPoint presentation that dissected the 911 calls, stitched those together with various Snapchat videos and Instagram videos to prove that this other group had a gun. And it was only a split second, where you see the gun on video, but everyone else had seen the gun there.
Dang. So you pretty much because of all the work that you did, the investigating, the putting together of the 911 calls, the stitching, as you call it, you were able to get somebody, what was the outcome, like a no bill?
So yeah, he got 3 no bills within 90 days.
Wow.
And beyond that, I mean, I hit the pavement. I went and secured security videos from the car wash, from the businesses in the area, to try to track down that weapon and where the various different attackers came from. So yeah, my client was no billed, which means the case went away.
Yeah.
It never proceeded towards trial. He never got another reset.
Man, you literally, friends, for those now tuning in, we're talking to criminal defense attorney Cory Roth. If you ever find yourself in a jam or somebody, we have family members sometimes that find themselves with a need to have a criminal defense attorney, and he's sharing with us a huge case that he covered. It was national, all over the TV, all over the world. Yeah, right? Pretty much.
On Fox News.
Fox News. And because of his due diligence as an attorney and fighting for this individual, this young person, he was able to prove that there was no murder or assault on his behalf.
So it was a self-defense, right?
Self-defense,
It was a justified use of force. The Texas law provides that you can use force when it's appropriate and to the appropriate degree.
Yeah.
And so when there's multiple attackers, multiple assailants, or someone with a reputation for violence, or someone who has a weapon, you're allowed to use a certain amount of force.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, that's we're we've seen stories where security guards, sometimes they get charged, for defending a property or a neighbor or somebody's house gets broken into, and then they shoot someone, and sometimes they get charged just depending on what happens. And it's good to know that we got attorneys like you that can fight for that citizen, fight for that person that was trying to keep themselves and their homes and their families safe, or themselves.
Yeah. Defense of self, defense of other, defense of property. It's a lot of different ways.
Cory, let me also ask you this, because this is another thing, because we see bandits all the time, and when the hood FBI starts working, we see social media, sometimes these people give themselves away on social media. We know they're living foul and all this kind of stuff. What are some of the craziest things that you've seen on social media as an attorney? Hold on, friends. Listen to this.
Crazy in a good way would be all those different Snapchat videos from that case. Crazy in a bad way would be a young man recently, already convicted of a felony, already done federal time, and he's only 20 years old, and talking about murder that he's done on his Facebook or his Instagram, posting pictures of him holding weapons he's not allowed to be in possession of. Saying, hey, meet me here and there. I mean, you're just creating evidence to be used against yourself. So if you like prison, hey,
well, we just had a bandit not too long ago that was scamming people, and homeboy is a felon. And he's over here rocking a bulletproof vest, which is illegal. And I mean, this is a grown person. I'm like, dang, dude, you're going to get yourself caught up because of all the stuff that he's posting on probation, wasn't supposed to be drinking and all this craziness. That, the courts watch that, right? The DA gets a hold of that stuff and it's on.
Absolutely. Especially with your audience in the hood news. There's no escaping that, right?
Yeah, for sure. So another thing that we wanted to ask is, what are some important things that should be done when a person gets pulled over or they find themselves in a jam and there's police involved?
Sure. First thing is always be kind, right? You don't need to be disrespectful to the police. It's not going to help you. It's probably only going to hurt you. Yeah. Remain silent. If you maybe have a guilty conscience or know that there might be some incriminating evidence in your car, remain silent. But also, if you don't know that, remain silent. Do not consent to a search of your vehicle or your home, because you never know what somebody else might have left in your car or planted in your car, right? So don't give police the freedom to search your belongings, because if you deny it, then I've got something I can work with,
Gotcha. Yeah. Anything else? So what else is going on in your world? How's the office? How's the people over there? Like, how are you doing?
Oh,
Everything good?
yeah, I'm doing great. I got a baby on the way due in July.
Hey, he's got a baby. Oh, congrats, friend.
The office is good. I'm staying busy. I'm down at the courthouse fighting every day, hitting
Dang.
the road, going to Montgomery County, Fort Bend County, just taking care of people who need taken care of.
Yeah. So April says once it's online, it will always be there. I'm just reading some of the comments.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're sitting here with attorney Cory Roth. He's a criminal defense attorney. He's just sharing some insights, some of the cases that he's covered and cases that he's won. And he's got a good track record. And friends, like, honestly, like, this man really cares about the way he represents people, doing the due diligence. We were talking about another case where, he was able to prove that somebody was more of a victim than an accused person.
Absolutely.
Especially when there's domestic violence or some kind of family violence situation. So,
Right.
yeah, definitely. Let me see. Let me see. What else we got today? Hey, everybody saying hi. Hold on.
Hello.
All right, let me see. Just reading. Somebody said, great job, Cory.
Thank you.
Oh, yes. All right, let me see. So you cover, like, basically any kind of criminal case, right?
Any kind of
What about
criminal-
federal?
We handle federal cases. I handle federal cases. Some of the guys in my office are really big time federal lawyers. They actually just got a not guilty for 2 not guilties and a hung jury on I think it was Medicare fraud or pill mill type of case, which is unheard of. So if you got federal problems, I handle those too.
Okay. Or like the dudes that got busted with the 20-something kilos, I think 40 kilos yesterday. Did you see that post we made?
saw that.
Oh my God. Hey, I'll reach out. If you're in that situation, this is your man right here.
It was black tar heroin too,
Yeah,
right?
black tar heroin. Then they had the San Judas de Tadeo statue with the AK-47.
Yeah.
Just some wild
I
stuff,
once
y'all.
went out to a house on the north side, maybe Acre Homes area.
Uh-huh.
I had a client charged with like an animal cruelty,
Oh.
right? But he just, it was bigger than that, right? It wasn't even his cock or his chicken, right?
Okay.
But these guys were having they had their cockfighting right
Oh, okay.
there, and he got tied into something bigger, some bigger federal
Wow.
issue. But they found buckets and buckets and buckets of heroin.
What?
And they had all the
Yeah,
the stuff you just said.
Wow.
The religious.
Yeah, the saints and all that. Yeah.
it was wild.
Malverde and all that, the Santa Muerte, all that stuff
Yeah,
we've
it
seen.
was wild.
Yeah, somebody said better call Saul.
Hey, brilliant show.
Yeah, better call Cory.
Yeah.
Yes, friends. What about contract branching? What is that?
Contract.
Oh, contract breaching.
Contract breaching. No.
Okay.
I for right now, strictly criminal.
Okay.
Maybe I can help you out with a referral. If you want to reach out to me. But strictly criminal defense for right now.
All right. Well, everybody. Oh, what's the phone number? How can they reach out to you, Cory? That's a good question.
346-206-1777. 346-206-1777.
Or go to hoodnewsattorney.com.
Hood News Lawyer.
Hoodnewslawyer.com. Yep. All right, friends. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We just filmed another show. Cory was gracious enough to come visit us and come say hi to us and wanted to talk to the peeps as well. Just remember, if you ever find yourself in a jam or you got a loved one or somebody messed up or effed around and found out, then let him help you, to get you representation that you need and somebody that cares because, we've all seen and experienced or seeing other people not have the representation that they could get and it reflects in the outcome.
One of the saddest things for me is when people come to me or come back to me after saying, oh, Cory, you were too expensive. So we went to John Doe and, they're a week out from trial and they haven't met with John Doe attorney. They haven't gone over the evidence. They don't feel confident. And then they want to hire me. And it's like, well, we can do that if the judge allows it. So it's so important that you make the right decision about who your lawyer is. There's some real, high volume lawyers out there who don't take the time, who don't have the time, right? But I'm not like that. I take the time, I have the time, and I work hard. Okay. Well, we've got somebody just said, please help me. Hold on, please help me.
I need help with my background. I can't even do DoorDash. My charge is over 4 years. Do you help with stuff like that? Like if somebody's got like something that you know, like it's affecting their livelihood,
Right.
friend.
Yeah, I do. So there's two different ways. There's expunctions and their non-disclosures.
Okay.
Both of them, for all practical purposes, seal your record from public view.
Okay.
Straight probations, convictions, time serves, unfortunately, you're not going to be eligible to get that clear from your record. But if you did a deferred adjudication, or your case was dismissed or no billed, or you were acquitted, we can talk about, you know, getting an expunction or a non-disclosure and seal that from public view. That should help.
Yeah,
you.
because that still pulls up. You're very right. You know, we can look up the district clerk's office, Harris County District Clerk's office, and it'll still come up on somebody's background. And it might have gotten dismissed, and then they're looking all crazy with the way people screenshot stuff and post stuff everywhere.
There's not a clear distinction, and I think the job market's so competitive, and housing and getting loans and things of that nature that, you know, they see that criminal case, no matter what the disposition is. And even if you successfully completed a deferred adjudication, it doesn't say dismissed. It just says disposed, which is the same thing as it says as if you pled guilty and did a time served or were sentenced to a prison or a jail term.
Right.
So it's really important to be proactive and clean up your record because by the time you want to do it, it's probably too late. You've probably already been denied for a job. So we definitely handle a lot of non-disclosures and expunctions. It's an important part of what I do.
Cory, let me ask you this. Like, let's say somebody has a felony. How long, like, is the process still taking a long time? You know, like COVID affected the court system.
Yeah.
Are you finding yourself still like in that, like this where it's taking, you know, more than 2 years?
Some cases are definitely taking a long time to move through the court system. And we had Harvey that shut down the courthouse. And then we had COVID that really shut down and slowed down the courthouse. But cases are speeding up. Some judges move a lot faster than others. I mean, I've seen recently cases as new as 3 months old being tried. And cases as old as 4 or 5 years old being tried. I tried a sex assault back in December. That was 5 years old.
Wow.
You know, we got a not guilty. But it took my client 5 years.
And looking all crazy and bad and all. Wow. Dang. All right, friends. Well, look, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. It's your girl, Grizzy. We got Cory Roth, criminal defense attorney, here with us in the house, looking all sharp. Look at his outfit, friends. Where the chiquitas at? There you go. Hey, but he's taking y'all. Ooh. Hold on. I got to show. Hold on, friends. Hold on. Look.
This is actually commemorative. I set international precedent.
What is that?
This is the inside lining. It looks like soccer cards.
You do like soccer, don't you?
Yeah, I set, it's aside from my criminal defense stuff, but I set the international precedent in FIFA's dispute resolution chamber. That really changed American soccer forever. And made it, more profitable. And focused on development.
There you go.
Soccer club. So I got this jacket especially.
That's badass. I like that. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, friends. If you find yourself in a jam, call them up. The information is pinned somewhere. thehoodnewslawyer.com. Go ahead and call today. Discuss your case. You need somebody that's going to really care. This is the man right here, man. We're putting our seal on that deal, man. Like, this is the man right here. Thank you, Cory, once again. Thank you, friend. All right, friends. Well, more Hood News on the way. It's your girl, Grizzy. Stay tuned. We filmed another show for CW39, and, we'll be back with more Hood News, okay? I'm going to check my messenger. I'm on it, friends. Bye. Toodles.